Shade 45. Just a star-studded day today. Got one of my favorite comedians here, man. Tommy Davidson. What's up, man?
I like your voice, man.
Thank you, dude.
You got the voice.
I got a voice for radio. I got a face for radio.
I ain't lying.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Here's the secret. Fucking chain smoking cigarettes and then acid reflux. And you go until you're just about to lose that shit, then you quit everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get right back on it when you need it again.
That's right.
Wait, Tommy, man, you don't like my voice, man?
No. Who is that? It sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Nigga, fuck you, man.
Is this Kermit?
No, nigga, it's Lord Sear, nigga.
Oh, what's up, boy?
What's up, man?
Ain't shit.
Oh, man.
How the hell you sneak in this?
I don't know. I'm on the other side, man. I'm in NY.
Is this what you're doing?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Wonder where your ass went.
I didn't know you knew Sear.
Yeah. Hey, man. Who don't I know, Sear?
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? 30 years in this bitch.
That's
Ain't
right,
that something, man.
Yeah, I'm like the Jordan of this game.
You've been doing it forever, man. Crushing that shit, too, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Where you from?
I'm from Michigan, Pontiac.
Okay. Well, shit.
Yeah, you know.
It's cold. Yeah. That's D-Town Minor.
Yep, that's like, it's like the redheaded stepchild with something to prove.
Yeah, it's like, it's 8 Mile. That motherfucker right there is 6 Mile.
We're like 26.
Right.
That shit is, let me get this out the way. I just grew up on you, man, so it's awesome. It's awesome
you, man.
to
Thank
fucking
Thank you.
Sit down. I know you put on your fucking, thank you.
Well,
thank you.
Hey.
It's
something to when people say that, that's something to say thank you to.
That's some real shit.
Because it's like, because it ain't come from me.
Yeah.
If I could take credit for where I am right now, I do it. I've tried that and it don't work.
Does it ever hit you like what a big part of like culture, living color was?
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. And then sometimes it takes me by surprise. Because people will be like, "You a legend? That's a legend. The show's a legend." And then we did the TV awards in New York City, and all of us were there. And we were there with, Carol Burnett. We were there with Laverne and Shirley show. We were there with
This is after the fact?
Murphy Brown. This is after the fact.
Okay.
Years and years later. This happened 2 years ago.
Okay.
Murphy Brown, the Bob Newhart show. And all these shows are being honored, and so were we. And moments like that make you realize, wait a second. I was on TV. I was on for a good little time, and I made an impact.
A huge impact.
Yeah, and I made a huge impact. How many TV shows can say that?
They can't. And the crazy shit is like you go to fucking. I remember I went to a Dodgers game, and they was playing rap music like before the show, before the game, and it's just not a big deal. But like I remember you guys would have like rap acts at the end of the show or some shit like that, and it was a fucking huge deal. Like we just didn't get coverage like that,
Well, first of all, I hear you wanting to talk over this here, so because I'm feeling that, so I got you right after this. The thing about it was it was at that time in 1991 when hip hop, had really reached its urban. It reached its urban peak, and it was right at the point where it was ready to boil off nationally.
Yeah.
And then from there, it went international. A couple of years later, after In Living Color, hip-hop just went straight up, all out international, And that's because the advertisers picked up on how influential it was and said, we can make money around the world, and it did. So right about that time, there was an explosion of the hip-hop culture into pop culture, because you got to think about it. 2 years before that, Dre and Lover came on the scene.
Yeah.
And MTV started taking part. Yeah. Maybe 3 years before that, MTV started taking part. After the advent of what crossed over with Blondie, started this momentum towards, whites in Europe. And so that thing started boiling up. But with Do the Right Thing right before In Living Color, Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime started enhancing the comedy part of it. Yeah. Music, all of these people started really, really having these kind of Run DMC with the crossover hit, and with MTV. So all this stuff started. We came along. Kid and Play came along. I think the people that are most influential on making this thing go national are Kid and Play,
House Party,
Will Smith. Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Will Smith, and Fresh Prince.
Okay.
LL Cool J, Run DMC, Dre and Ed, and MTV. Us, and probably, and that's pretty much. I can't think of anything else that had that straight up crossover, turn this thing into a world thing. One, you had a Kid and Play that took the movies. Okay, they tried it.
They even had a cartoon.
They tried it with they tried it with the Fat Boys. Tried a movie. They were trying it. They were trying it, but just couldn't get the movies to work.
But House Party.
But House Party came along, and then all the white kids could bring that into their living room. Will Smith came along with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That brought all the white kids into the living room. Run DMC and LL Cool J brought all that into the kids' living room.
Beastie Boys too is.
I forgot the Beastie Boys. Sorry about that. And the Beastie Boys.
I just read this. I didn't. You were raised by a white family. What was that like? What was that like as a black man? Coming from the time you came
hard, man, really hard at times. But it wasn't hard.
Mean?
It wasn't hard so much as my growing up was hard like anyone else's. You know what I mean? It was hard that a lot of times it causes isolation within myself.
How so?
Well, because I'd have blacks saying this about whites, and obviously what whites say about blacks, and I was in the middle saying neither one of them are true.
Right.
So here I am, this one person that knows the truth of the whole thing. You know what I mean? Which is love has no color. Love your brother. You know, we're all equal. You know, I'm this little boy carrying around that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not with the civil rights movement. I'm not a part of the Klan. I'm not a part of, the Vietnam War. I'm not a part of, the Kennedy administration or things that were going on with that. I'm not a part of politics. I'm not a part of any of this. I'm just this little boy who had to put it all together himself. So that was kind of the hardest part.
Yeah. It's got to be crazy. You get to see something that a lot of cats don't get to see. You know what I mean? Like I got to go to school with rich people. You know what I mean? And it helped me see. That's the only way.
Was Robin Williams from where you were from?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, you sure?
Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
Jack Kevorkian is.
Okay. So go ahead.
So it just gave
scary, but go ahead.
It gave me like an instant. Do you feel like you had a better understanding of white people than your buddies?
I got a better understanding of white people than white people do.
Well, break it down. And what's some of the shit that you understand?
I just understand some things that whites may not like, and I understand that blacks may not like, and it has to do with my observations from both sides and being able to come in and study history and look at things for what they are, what they really are, And, the bottom line is we're called the human race. I'll just tell you some facts. We're called the human race. We said we change that. Just change it to humanity. Because what does a race sound to you like? Somebody got to win. Aha. See what I mean? It went from humanity to the human race. And if you look at it in a way, what's the race? The race is for food, for resources, for power, for security, for education. That's the race. Every ethnic group is racing for those things. Humanity sounds different. It sounds like everybody on this blue planet needs those things at one time. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's realistic. Even sperm races each other to get to the motherfucking egg.
Yeah, no. I know, but you're talking about procreation. I'm talking about human beings. I'm talking about, well, if it wasn't looked at such a race, then whites would share more. You know what I mean? Or Africans would have shared more when they were in power. Or, it's about power. It's about power and resources. There was a time when Europe wasn't even on the world scope. As a matter of fact, Africa was on the world scope longer than probably about 700, 500 Europes put in one. And we had the same problem, maintaining our power, which was the inability to be able to share it with the rest of the world. We were able to share our knowledge of archaeology, our knowledge of astrology, our knowledge of mathematics, our knowledge of architecture, our knowledge of language, our linguistics, our language, our knowledge of writing, our knowledge of everything that's become society today. You know, and that actually was an outgrowth of Homo sapiens sapien anyway, just coming out of Africa and peopling the world.
What are you working on right now?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. That was a good subject switch, though.
You like that shit? You was getting too deep for the
no,
fucking
I was
show.
not.
No,
it sounds deep. It gets deep on white people, but don't get on black people. See, that's what I mean. I'm in the middle.
Man, listen.
I'm in the middle. See, and that's what I was saying. I'm
up?
in the middle because it could upset either way. But all I'm doing is just rapping.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
All I'm doing is rapping. You asked me
feel
the
like a pressure?
I'm actually answering the question you asked me.
You feel like a pressure?
I came in here. You asked me that. Am I right? You don't want to ask me. I'm just answering it.
I'm the barometer for you, bro. You get as deep as you want, and then I'll be like, all right, let's lighten it up. Like, I want you to feel like you can talk about whatever, man.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing about it. See, you asked me about black and white. It's anytime, and I can see the different shades of things.
Yeah.
Anytime blacks start to talk about, real tangible truths, it becomes, it's getting deep and it's getting like that. But Shakespeare's a tangible truth. The Greek philosophy's tangible truths. And no blacks ever say, y'all getting too deep on us. You getting, it just is truth that I'm dealing with. That's all.
Yeah, but like, whether you're a white dude coming in with that or a black dude, like it was.
No, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is it's these things are the cultural differences with us are they're at the level of instinct. They're subconscious. You see what I'm saying? So as a little boy, I picked up consciously on what everybody else couldn't, because they didn't have to, because they were all from their own respective races.
Right.
So it became conscious for me, because I was always having to be conscious of that. So this is just an outgrowth. You asked me, the question was, how did that make you see things differently? And that was the answer. That's all. Yeah, I'm about as love can get.
Yeah.
And as funny as they can get too.
That's right.
I'm so funny, it's serious.
Where'd you get your sense of humor from?
I think just my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Just being around good people.
Yeah.
Being around good people and just loving to have fun when I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
Man, just being in front of a wild ass neighborhood.
Have you ever got to meet your mom and dad?
I don't know if I'm ready to talk about that, because then you're gonna say I'm getting too deep. Can I answer that?
Go ahead, please.
All right. No, I'm just
too deep, bro.
Right. That's too deep, bro.
Oh, come on.
Who is this in the background?
That's Sear.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Am I being too deep, Sear?
Man, you do what the hell you want to do.
There you go. Now what was the question again?
Ooh.
I actually forgot.
Have you have you ever met your parents?
I have. I did.
What was
I met
that
my real
like?
parents.
How old were you?
I was like 30 in my 30s. I'm at 38.
Okay.
By the time I finally met them, they were cool.
How'd
Big
that
old
happen?
black family, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, big old black family. Was glad I wasn't raised with them.
How come?
Because they kind of had it tough. They grew up in Milwaukee. I mean, who want to know? Nobody want to be from Milwaukee, first of all. And a black or white shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had a choice. You get born now. Which city you want to grow up in? Here go the list. Milwaukee be the first one they shoot with a shotgun. You get to shoot any. Here goes some signs, and we gonna give you a double-barrel shotgun. All right. And here go the cities we can send you to. You need to shoot the sign that you don't go to. Now we'll start with Milwaukee. Yeah. Oh, nice.
See, they got your back, dog. They got your back. Blam.
So yeah, it just I grew up in some unique circumstances that have made me who I am. So I grew up in a like integrated neighborhood. It wasn't the suburb, but it wasn't the city.
Right.
I was exposed to a lot of good things, summer camp and folk festivals, and just doing a lot of stuff and being involved in a lot of activities when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Really open-minded parents that shared a lot of experiences with me, and any kids that and any a child that's deprived of those things, isn't any less of a person or anything, but just comes out with a limited perspective, not a limited, but with a more a limited perspective of what it is out there. You know, and that's what it was. It was just like I was more exposed.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in Washington, D.C.
You're a bit more
and New York
cultured
City
than a lot of people.
and Oregon and Wyoming and all these places. And so that was the difference. Yeah.
I saw you went on tour with Kenny G and Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
I just feel like Kenny G gets a bum rap, man. I think he's a fucking fine saxophonist.
Man, not only,
and people like come down on him because he's a long haired white dude.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like,
Kenny get
but
all the
Songbird's
bitches,
my
man.
shit. Like I don't give a fuck.
You're throwing some Songbird.
Yeah. He does his thing, man. I was on tour with him. I've never seen somebody work so hard. I got part of my work ethic from him.
Really?
Yeah, he would go in the dressing room and rehearse for 2 hours in the bathroom. He'd go in the bathroom every stadium we go to or whatever. He'd go in the bathroom and rehearse for 2 hours.
But wait.
Then he'd go and do another hour and a half sound check.
But how long?
Before he
how long does it take to comb his hair?
Oh, well, he didn't never do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can't you see that? Those are locks.
Oh,
Beautiful locks.
But he's great. But I mean, I don't know if you know he's a silent partner of Starbucks. He's a smart
Get the
dude.
fuck out of here.
Him and his boy started Starbucks.
Get the fuck out of here. Kenny
Don't
G
you
started
say that.
Starbucks.
Don't you say
Him and
that.
his boy started Starbucks.
What?
That's crazy.
Google it.
I'm looking.
That don't
it
mean
up right now.
they just gonna show on Google, but he started Starbucks up in Seattle. Him and his boy.
It did come up as soon as I typed in Kenny G and Kenny G Starbucks came up.
What'd it say?
Said Tommy's full of shit. No.
All right, that says that all over the internet. All you gotta do is put my name in, and that'll come all over the internet.
I said he's an early investor. You ain't bullshitting. You also got to work with Luther Vandross too.
Ah, man.
How fucking cool was that, man?
Coolest thing ever. I was in France and I was in a cab with a cab driver. He trying to play me some American music. I said, man, we stopped at the record store, got 2 Luther CDs, and got to rolling, boy.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, I like this guy right here. I said, I knew that you would, monsieur.
What did you learn from Luther Vandross?
That anything is possible. That you can do whatever you want to do with your ideas and get them done. Luther I knew of before I even met him.
Yeah.
And I found out more about him as I went. And you can also stay a very good person throughout the peak of your career and your fame. Luther used to do commercial jingles and then, sang background for years and years and years and years until he got with this group called Change.
Yeah.
And then they had a hit song, and then he went on and did his own stuff, and he was through the roof,
Was his sexuality was it commonplace, or was that something that he had to keep hidden from people, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's the black community ain't like the most homo
Friendly?
friendly place in the whole wide world. You know what I mean? Like we're just not as hip as other people are to it. You know what I mean? And that's for reasons that aren't negative actually. But yeah, I mean he's singing love songs.
Yeah.
And then he's always gay. So who you singing to? You know what I mean? But it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter what your sexual preference is or whatever. If you got a strong message, you got a strong message. There's nothing better than love. What in the world could you ever be thinking of? Or Superman can fly high way up in the sky because he believes he can. And what we choose to believe will always turn out right. It's all in the mind. It's just like, look at the messages that are there.
Yeah.
Once you know how, you will never know how to. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Sing it, Green. Sing it.
When you open me up, you got it all.
Right.
I'm worse than the Chinese parade dragon. You
Don't
ever seen the
say
Chinese
no.
parade dragon?
I after hearing your voice, I understand why you went into comedy.
Nice. Nice.
You were I noticed that you brought a very beautiful young lady with you.
She's just hanging out.
She's a beautiful white lady. Do you find
She's just
yourself
hanging out.
liking white ladies because you came from a white family?
You know what? I think that would be something that people would obviously think or whatever. But that means that every black man out here would have to have
a white family.
Yeah, yeah. I'm attracted to. I'm fortunately, at 51, I've been able to have a lot of different experiences with a lot of different types of women.
Yeah,
different ethnic.
You probably just,
and it's just
probably
like
ran through everything.
Hey, man, I've had my fair share.
Yeah.
Fair share of living good in that aspect. But nah, she's cool. She happened to be, white. I mean, that's the last thing I was looking for, is blonde white girl, because that's what you gonna catch it from the blacks, you gonna catch it from the white, you gonna catch it. It's like bringing it on yourself. But I really don't care about things like that anymore. I care about being happy in my personal life.
You care about connection.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. So she's like, I always thought Coco was fine anyway. So she's like Coco in high school or something. She's not in high school. She's not in high school.
She's like young Coco.
Well, I didn't say that. Who said that? Chris Rock said that. No, who said that? Yeah, Chris Rock said that. He was like, damn, she looked like Coco in high school.
God damn.
He had to take another look.
I had to double check.
Hey, Sear. He stopped the thing. He stopped the interview.
I'll go take one more gander.
I'm like, where you going, man?
Hey.
Right.
Well, I appreciate you coming by and just chopping it up with us. What do you got on deck? Where can people hear you? Where can they follow you?
Follow me, Tommy Cat. The real Tommy Cat is Twitter. TommyCat.net is my website. So that's better because you can follow me on everything from there. But that has everything I'm doing: photos, interview, just everything is on that. And then my Facebook is capital letter Tommy Davidson. And I have currently right now I have the Black Dynamite series on Adult Swim on the Cartoon Network, which is #1 on the network, and we are in our 2nd season. We're so proud of that thing. I'm working on the Sammy Davis Jr. movie, trying to star and executive produce that film.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. Like throughout this interview, I felt like you went Sammy Davis a couple times.
Yeah, and you can actually see the bend.
Yeah.
If you look really close, I can bend into that motherfucker. You dig? Yeah.
So you studying all the Sammy Davis shit?
Yeah, and it's hard.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
he went and he's like became a devil, Satanist and shit.
Yeah, he had some episodes, boy. He has some episodes, and I hope to bring that stuff out in the movie.
That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, but I'm having a good time. Touring the country doing comedy in the best time of year that you could do that.
Right now?
Football. Hell yeah. Football season in the fall is the best time you can do comedy because I'm in every single different market while everybody's in school. Yeah. Everybody's watching football. Yeah. Everybody's doing Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas. And I'm going around the markets, the country. How can you? I get to be everywhere at once during the best time of the year.
Where you next?
Come on, dude. I'm going to be in Chicago, Illinois. I'll be at the Schaumburg Improv all weekend.
Bam.
Long. And that'll be Thursday through Saturday. And get your tickets now.
Tommy Davidson, it is a pleasure chatting with you, man.
Thank you. I didn't mean to get too deep on you, man.
Dog, don't. Yeah, you worry about talking. I worry about if we getting too deep. Bam. All right.
I like your show, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
This some kickback shit. Anytime you got Gary Payton and then you got me coming back to back, you got you something, man.
Gary Payton was an accident, man. We just took it. We was like, fuck it.
Is
Gary
that right?
Payton, yeah, come
because
on.
Because y'all know though. But any other talk show, I don't know. He play, That shit goes to show you that you looking out what the hell's going on around you.
Oh yeah.
You're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna have GP in here. You crazy?
Yeah, you ain't lying, man.
Yeah, you gonna do it. Well, he's no LeBron or he's people got these standards where they cut out something that can help somebody else from some shit that's from a guy who had a whole career.
Yeah,
and you're gonna diminish it just because he didn't win a championship or didn't. Look,
I think he actually did get a chip.
I think he did. Anyway. But it doesn't matter. It's like, if you're going down the elevator, you can run into the right old white couple could tell you something by the time you hit the lobby that could change your life.
Listen to old white people. Tommy Davidson related.
Thank you very much. And black men don't take the elevator.
What?
Yeah. President Obama could say that best. First of all, how you guys doing? And glad to be here. And on behalf of Tommy Davidson and all the other Americans, I'd just like to say, love the whole new talk show radio movement. First of all, I think that after with the what happened to Ray Rice,
in the elevator.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, with the short hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the whole drag after it. And it was a short shot, just straight to the chin. I admire the technique in it. And then you're looking at Jay-Z, who obviously had been into something, because Beyonce's sister attacked him like a son of a bitch, and I encourage from now on to stay out of trouble for African American men, to, instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs.
Take the steps.